Hello, and welcome to Pre-algebra section 1.1 division. So this is the last section before our summary, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. So question number 1. Compute 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 divided by 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. Well, let's remember our commutative and associative properties, and we can go ahead and rearrange this such that it is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10, because we have 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2 right here. So what do we get when we divide something that is exactly the same by itself? It's the same as dividing 1 into 1, which is just 1. So our answer will be 1. Now here we have compute 205 times 205 divided by 205. Well, 205 divided by 205 is simply 1. So we can go ahead and cross that out. And we can go ahead and say 205 times 1 is equal to 205. So let's go ahead and compute next for C. 64,000 divided by 800. Well, I'm going to write this in another form where I will have 64,000 over 800. And I'm going to go ahead and cancel out these zeros right here such that I get 640 divided by 80. And so what I will get here, divided by 8. And so what I will get here is 80, because 80 times 8 is equal to 640. So the answer will be 64,000 divided by 800 is going to be 80. Now I want to compute 777,777,777,770 divided by 77,777,777,777. So what can we do? We can go ahead and take this and divide this by 10 right here. Or, we can remember that this whole thing is actually 10 times 777,777,777, right? That's what this part is equal to. And so we can go ahead and divide this by 77777, 777,777. Well, if you notice, these two things right here and right here are exactly the same, so we can go ahead and cross those out. So let's go ahead and cross those out. And what we're left with is 10. So our answer will be 10. Now we have compute 28 divided by 1 over 7. So let's remember our definition of division. So our definition of division is A divided by B is equal to A times 1 over B. And we remember that when we're dividing by a reciprocal, what we get is the form. So A divided by 1 over B is equal to A times B. And so what we have here is we have 28 divided by 1 over 7, which is really just 28 times 7. And so we can go ahead and compute that. So 8 times 7 is 56. So we go ahead and bring our 5 into our tens place. We do 2 times 7. That's going to be 14. We bring our 5. We get 196. So our final answer for E is 196. So for F, what number is 10 more than the quotient when 78 is divided by 1/2? Okay, so there's a few things that are happening here. We're saying what number is 10 more, so we're going to be adding 10, than the quotient when 78 is divided by 1/2. So what we have is 78 divided by 1/2 is equal to, let's say, x. And then after that, we do x plus 10, and that will be the answer we're looking for. So first, let's find x. So we do 78 divided by 1/2. Well, if we remember our reciprocity property with division, which is right here, we can go ahead and say this is actually equal to 78 times 2. And that is, 78, not 72 times 2. 78 times 2, which is going to be 140. 140 plus 16, which is the 8. So we get 156. So 156 is equal to x. We go ahead and do now 156 plus 10, and we get 166 as our final answer for F. Now question number 2a. What is the value of 1/2 divided by 1/2 divided by 1/2 divided by 1/2? Well, I'm going to section this off here into this part first, and then we'll go ahead and deal with the rest. So 1/2 divided by 1/2, according to our reciprocity principle when we have division, which is right here, is the same thing as 1/2 times 2. So 1/2 times 2 is just going to be equal to 1. So we can go ahead and cross this out, and now we have 1. So now we need to do 1 divided by 1/2. Well, that's going to be the same thing as 1 times 2. So we can go ahead and cross this out, and now we have 2. And finally, 2 divided by 1/2. That's the same thing as 2 times 2. And so our final answer is 4. For question A, for section A. Now compute 27 times 31 times 35 times 39 times 43 divided by 43 times 39 times 35 times 31. So we have these numbers which are here, and these are the same numbers, right? And these are being divided. And so what we can immediately do is we can immediately go ahead and cancel out all of these numbers right here. And so what we're left with is 27 divided by 1, or just 27. And that's our final answer. Now we can go ahead and do problem C. So this says compute 50 times 60 times 70 times 80 divided by 5 times 6 times 7 times 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this stuff around such that I have 50 over 5 times 60 over 6 times 70 over 7 times 80 over 8. This is going to become 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Because 50 divided by 5, 60 divided by 6, 70 divided by 7, 80 divided by 8 are all 10. So 10 times 10 is going to be 100. Then 100 times 10 is going to be 1,000. And finally, 1,000 times 10 is going to be 10,000. And so that is going to be our final answer for C. For D, compute 777777777 plus 77077. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and distribute this 7 into here and into here. So what we will get is we will divide this whole thing. So what we'll get is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, plus 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And so we can go ahead and add that all up. So we get 11,100 and, so that is 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 11,111,000,000. And there are so many ones, it's confusing my eyes. So this is going to be 2 and 2, so those final answers is going to be 2 and 2. That's going to be a 0, so that's going to stay our 1. Then this 1, 1, that's going to create a 2, 2, 1. And then those are going to continue as 1. So this is going to be our final answer right here. 11,111,122,122. So, E, compute 124 plus 104 plus 108 plus 64 plus 44 plus 24 divided by 62 plus 52 plus 42 plus 32 plus 22 and plus 12. So something we can notice very quickly here is we have 24 and 12. Well, 12 is half of 24. 44 and 22, well, 22 is half of 44. And so if we notice, what we can go ahead and do is we can go ahead and rewrite this like this: 108 plus 64 plus 44 plus 24 all over 62 plus 52 plus 42 plus 32 plus 22 plus 12. And if we go ahead and divide each one of these by each other, what we notice is the result for the entire thing will be 2. Because if we divide this and this, we get 2. This and this, we get 2. We get 2. We get 2. We get 2. And we get 2, right? This whole thing, if we treat it as 1A, and this is 1B, this is A over B, and we know that this is 2, we can actually say this is 2 times A, so this is 2A over A, where this whole section is A, right? And so we can go ahead and divide out that A, and that gets us 2, which is the same answer we just got. So now finally, we're going to go ahead and compute the following of these. So let's do 0 divided by 11. Well, that's going to be 0, so that's one problem. 0 divided by 5, again, that's 0. 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. 17 divided by 0. Well, we cannot divide something by 0, so that does not exist. And 7 divided by 0 is the same problem. That also does not exist. We cannot divide anything by 0. So I'm only going to do a few of these, but this is using long division. So we go ahead and have 44 divided by 22,816. I apologize. So now how many times can 44 go into 28? Well, it can go into 28 0 times, so we must go into 280. So what we can do is we can say 44 times 5. 4 times 5, that's going to be 20. 2 times 4, that's going to be also 20. 4 times 5 is going to be 20. Then we add our 2, and that's going to be 22. Let's add 44. So 264, that's going to be 44 times 6. And I think that's the closest we're going to get. So we can go ahead and write 6 here. We do 264. We go ahead and subtract 264 here. We go ahead and bring down our 6. 1 minus 4, that's not going to work. So we have to 11 minus 4. That's going to be 7. 7 minus 6 is going to be 1, and we bring down our 6, and 2 minus 2 is going to be 0. So we go ahead and do 44 times, let's say, actually, we can just go ahead and look at this. We have 4 times 5, we already got 220. Let's go ahead and subtract 44. We have to go ahead and turn this into a 1. We have to turn this into a 1. We turn this into an 11, and so what we get is 1, 7, 10, and we get 1, 7, 6. And so our final answer right here, 0, 1, 7, 6, we go ahead and subtract that to get 0, and we have, this is going to be 4. So 44 times 64 is equal to 2,816, and that means our answer is going to be 64. Now for 8,075 divided by 85. Well, we cannot do 85 into 80. So what we have to do is we'll go with a close estimate of 807. Let's do 85 times 9. 5 times 9 is going to be 45. 8 times 9 is going to be 72. 4, 5, 6. We're going to get 765. So let's go ahead and put our 9 right here. We subtract 765. This becomes a 7. This becomes a 10. 0, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we bring down our 5. Now we go ahead and multiply 85 times, let's say, 4. It's going to be 0, 2, 8 times 4. That's going to be 32, 33, 34, 34. We can go ahead and multiply by 5. Let's go ahead and add 85. It's going to be 5. It's going to be 2. That's going to be 4, 2, 5. So our final answer is 4, 2, 5. 0, 95. So that's going to be all. I'm going to leave the rest to you. Thank you and have a great day. Also, don't forget to prepare for the next one, which is going to be a summary review, and I think you'll be ready, or at least I hope so. So thank you very much and have a great day.